that where like when you have courage 2 units that are like can take some shots, they're pretty decent at bombing run. Like you
Yep.
can kind of just turtle your way across and you can get there quick enough. And lots of times it just comes down to where you're just like, I just have to like kill one of your bikes that's carrying a bomb and you're hosed.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like, in order for you to make me drop any of my bombs, you have to like break the clone ball, right?
Yep, yeah. And if you do make me drop a bomb, I have another unit to pick it up.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to mute Fluffy again?
I don't know. I think at this point,
go ahead and, can you hear
I
me?
mean, are they ready to go yet, or
I think so.
Okay.
Fluffy, did you post a new link?
I did.
He did.
All right, let me share the new link super quick, and then I'll mute you now though.
Okay, can you hear me now though?
I can hear you right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. If I have a question, just make sure to use attack lines, and then if I have a question, I'll just ping you guys to just
Okay.
unmute me so I can come in and ask real quick. But yeah.
Do you? Okay. Yeah. I'll keep you muted then unmute you.
Yeah, and Joe too.
All right.
All right, good luck.
Are we
Guys.
kosher to start bands?
Good luck.
I think we are.
Okay.
I
hopefully,
muted him,
guys.
but I think he said we're good to start. Yeah.
All right. I banned Danger Close.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm a ban 4 or 5.
Go ahead and mute
Okay.
them.
I will ban Intercept.
I'll ban to Minefield.
Sure.
Well, let's listen in here.
That feels like the best option to have. Let me
Interesting.
ponder super quick before you deploy on if I want to infiltrate Maul.
Well, we got to drop objectives and stuff first.
Oh yeah.
Jump in the gun here, my dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Josh, are you familiar with the point count for each of these lists?
The point count?
Like how much the armies are worth?
Hendo has the bid by a few points, and he elected red.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So now we are good to go. All right. So what did we end up on? We are at Minefield, Major O, and Sabs. Okay. Interesting.
Why I was curious about the bid. Knowing Mike's list, it is really hard to get kills.
Yes. And then with, guidance, of course, you can just rotate those units in and out. It does look like he's got some LOS there that he will be able to hide guys behind as necessary too. So really this game will probably be decided by whoever gets the first full kill. Most likely.
Right. But it does mean that Hendo's going to have to be the aggressor.
Yeah, definitely.
No matter what.
Yeah. Joe, who do you favor in this matchup, and what are your keys to victory for each player? What do you think?
So with Mike being on the defensive, that's exactly where he wants to be. I think I favor him. His key to victory is going to be just staying out of range 3 of those pikes and completing his objective, of course. If Hendo's going to pull it out, he's going to have to get in very close. I mean, maybe he gets a lucky kill from distance, but I don't see that happening against Mike's list after seeing him, just knowing how that list works. I don't think that happens.
Yeah. Also, I just kind of am zooming in and noticing now, it looks like Mike definitely is going for the full I don't want to fight you game plan. He is just as shoved into that corner as one could possibly be. So I'm surprised that's even a legal placement, to be honest. He got it just worked out perfectly. So yeah, definitely seems, and Hendo kind of spread out here. He's probably going to have a capo go somewhere on this back point, would be my guess, just to kind of do a one-off, or someone just to kind of babysit that point. And then probably just a full charge through this wall if I were to guess. But yeah, I feel like he's got to crash all at range 3, and it's got to be all at once, and you can't really afford to just like, ooh, I take one little range 3 shot and then I run away. Like, he just doesn't have the dice typically to really affect a kill, and then it's just going to be really hard to get through barrier and all that. And then Mike also has this ability to rotate units in and out with guidance. He's not static and stuck where he is.
Right. I do think Hendo has a few more options at range 4. Mike's not going to be able to block everything with 6 range 4 units. But again, I don't think that's a viable strategy. He really has to get into range 3 if he's going to be able to fully kill a unit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I did play a variant of Maul Pike spam against one Mike Dashz, and I've been playing a lot of this Yoda castle garbage, and I've played a local guy, Jason, and he's a pretty good player, and he's played Maul Pike spam, and I'm 1-1 against it. And it gave me a
Okay.
lot of stress. It's a good list, but and particularly in my win, I was like, man, if he could have lined up just one more range 3 shot, that would have had me. And I feel like this list is as close as you get for a Yod made counter outside of Gar, personally. So I think it's going to be really important for Hendo to just make sure he crashes range 3 all at once and just overwhelm those shields. Interestingly, Mike has never lost Yoda in a game. Also has not lost with this list,
Wow.
period. So I think like over 30, and it's not been for a lack of trying on opponent's part, on my part, several times. And yeah, he hasn't even lost Yoda once. I don't even think he's had a close game yet, he said. So I'm sorry
It
if
is
you
a
played
brutal
Mike
list.
and you thought it was close, but it wasn't. So
No, it definitely is a brutal list, and there's been a lot of conversation about what could possibly be a counter to the Yoda Padme. But I think if I was to pick something, it would be some sort of Pike spam, whether that be Maul or Bosk. But
yeah,
still, it's still not it's not a guarantee.
yeah,
The other hard counters, yeah.
both Hendo and Mike are good friends of mine, and talked with them both about different counters, and we were starting to think that maybe Bosk is potentially something to look at. I don't know, just because of those crits and Pierce. Like, if you could dream up an ideal scenario going against Yodme, it'd be distance Pierce criticals, which is like, as like a list archetype. But Bosk Pike spam might have some tools. So what do you think? Would you be more scared of a Maul Pike spam or a Bosk Pike spam? Of course, they're not a straight swap. You can add a little more fixings and beef into the list with Bosk. But what do you think, Joe?
I think I'd be more scared of the Bosk Pike spam, just because Bosk has a really good chance of critting, especially if you're bringing targeting scopes on him and Hunter. Crits are the one thing that kind of makes this Yoda list struggle, and he just brings a lot of that. And then you're also going to bring a lot more with Bosk because he's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
The possibility of bounty opens up so many different options as well that, yeah, I don't think Maul is a bad option, but Bosk is just really good.
Yeah.
In this matchup.
Yeah, and Bosk, like, yes, if you're at range 4 with guidance, you might be able to walk up and get some shots on Bosk, but he does have an ability to get away, and chip damage is not quite as effective against him with that regenerate. So it's definitely possible, and typically he's waiting till the end anyway. And in most lists I was cooking up, you were able to have order control on Bosk, and then like for example, you have Ploy, where you can keep his surges out, but you can guarantee, his order, and you get the 1 pip. So I would agree. I think Bosk Pike spam is maybe kind of next on my list of like things I'd like to try against this list. I'm not saying it'll win, but I think it's certainly an option.
Right.
Oh, so okay,
Looks
so I did
like-
see. Oh, go for it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It looks like Hendo's sacrificing one of his cores in order to secure this back point, which I don't think is a bad option, but it means he's going to be sacrificing a bit of firepower.
Yeah. It's tough.
I guess it was that or a capo.
Yeah, and it just looking at the map, I don't see any other safe place for him unless he just kind of says screw it and puts it out here by the boxes. You know, then again, I
Right.
wasn't paying attention. I don't know. Was this his first one? I didn't notice.
I'm not sure whether it was his first one or not.
Okay, because maybe he just. That's the. Well, no, Mike is blue, so he would have had the chance to respond to it. Yeah, I guess maybe I would have liked putting it over here personally. But yeah, I don't know. This shuttle is going to be so problematic for Hendo to try to get around. I mean, that Yoda 2-pip is going to be really annoying.
Right, that is just perfect for Mike.
Yeah, he's just going to just love it. Just poke a little guy up, boop, and then boop, come back. It could be interesting to see like a race to see who can touch this terrain. I do like that there's this farmland here for Hendo. So even if something comes up here and touches the shuttle, he still has something to potentially gain cover from.
Right. And I guess the nature of the line of sight blocker, that shuttle is big enough that someone like Maul might have a good chance of getting into a unit without getting shot at too much.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll see if he wants to push Maul.
Yeah.
I think he has to.
Yeah, I think he knows. I mean, even if they were tied on points here, I think that Mike just has a consistent ability to hit and run, whereas Hendo doesn't. So I actually don't really hate the bid here because, you know, Hendo's just the aggressor anyway, so I might as well play with his deck and his conditions, I suppose. So, or at least give him the
Right.
opportunity to choose red, which is, they probably have pretty identical decks. So,
Right. He was saying that before the game that their decks were only a card or two different, so he might as well just pick red.
right. Yeah, forcing your opponent to put that first objective down and first deployment down is pretty big. So it looks like Echo.
Even with a couple units set to go to their objectives, there's still a lot of pikes.
Yeah. What pike unit would he have potentially chosen besides that one? Oh, he's only got 2 capos in this list. You can't lose the vigilance one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'd have to go with the Inspire one.
Yeah, which I might have bit the bullet personally and done the Inspire one, because out of all of them, I hate not having a shooter on his line here. I feel like he's going to need every single gun. And then, so he's going to have to double move onto this point and then tap it twice. So, like, he's not going to be entering the field until, like, 3 or 4. So,
And that's if he can even get into range of Mike.
yeah, I would have probably gone for a capo personally, but that's just me.
Looks like we just got order cards.
Yep. So, standing orders, no surprise there.
And no surprise from Mike with the Padme 3-pit.
And this window could be really annoying for Hendo, too. He can just line up little fire supports maybe through that window and then sneak them back. You see this doorway, this arch I'm talking about here?
The one that is right in front of his deployment.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I was looking at that and I was like, that might be perfect, even if Mike wants to just get a sniper shot in there to slow down a unit.
Yeah. And the
Delay it for a
majority, all of his units are Courage 1. So That could be pretty big. If I'm Mike, I'm probably going to try to line up a little cheeky fire support through this window and then just guidance them in or out of it.
Right.
He doesn't have clone commander like you and I, though, so his options are not as prolific or abundant for fire support.
Yeah, he's gonna have to work for those fire supports. He doesn't just get them for free.
Yeah, crazy.
He does have seize the initiative on Padme, which can work as a pocket direct.
I feel like you got to play
essentially.
that. Yeah, I feel like you got to play that on Yoda's 2-pip. It's just too juicy to not have.
Yeah. That's the thing about his list is he can set up that perfect turn almost whenever he wants with any card.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love about playing Yoda.
Yep. Looks like a little bleep bleep out of the capo here. Probably not going to be too crazy here from the get-go in terms of shots or something.
Right. I don't think Hendo will take a shot if he wants to get in close. He'll do a lot of double moving. I'm also noticing that he put the evaporator that is closest to Mike's side is up on a hill. I think is interesting.
Oh, yeah, it's probably... Maybe his plan is to have like this pinkish violet, or this pinkish reddish capo go up on there to claim that and hopefully get some vigilances out now and then. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Yeah, the action economy really sucks here. Like, you're just going to get stuck with units doing things that they don't want to do. Babysitting.
Right.
And they got all these thick boys that want to be shooting.
Mike will probably spend the first 2 rounds just waiting for Hendo to show up.
Yep.
Because with guidance and everything that Yoda can do, those Vaps are not going to stay untapped for long.
Yeah. All right. Since we're in kind of a slow part, let's think of some hot takes.
I love me some hot takes.
Okay, let's think of something juicy and controversial. Oh, and by the way, for anyone listening, if you do want to chat, again, I'm really sorry that the chat didn't work. Feel free to just go in Invader League in the Legion Discord, and we can chat there. I'll keep an eye on things there. So if you have questions about the game, if you want to interact with something we said, say, "Hey, idiot, you're wrong."
We do have a comment from one.
Yeah.
Silent Sword said 1 good counter to Yoda Padme is 14 act Ewoks, and that is not wrong.
Ewoks. Okay,
I've played that a couple times with my Yoda list, and was, yeah.
Okay, tell us about it.
With a local guy, his name's Only Pop on the Discord, but he really made me sweat for it. We maybe played a couple games. The first one that I really remember was Bombing Run. Which I think was a bad choice on his part. I understand why you would pick it, but with Yoda, he's surprisingly good with Bombing Run.
Mm-hmm.
And with Sharpshooter, I was able to take away that low profile a lot of the time and kill some units that were carrying bombs. I really feel like I got lucky, but I know in other games, once those Ewoks kind of get into melee with the Yoda Padme list, everything starts to fall apart. You're not using your barrier. You're not getting cover, so a lot of the defensive tech for that list just kind of evaporates, and you're left with a list with not many models.
Yeah, when you don't have a lot of models to spare, crazy.
Right.
So it just doubly hurts. And I'm sure it was very difficult for you also, like having a 6-act spread. Like the fact that like you finish everything you're doing, assuming you don't fire support, and now your opponent goes 6 times, assuming they haven't lost anything.
Right. You really feel like you're playing half of the real game. And especially, yeah, if you're doing fire supports, ooh, you're just sitting there waiting for them to crash into your lines.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, cool. I line up a awesome arc fire support. You one-shot an Ewok. Great. but there's 13 other ones coming at you. So it's
Right.
like the ability of the list to just massively swallow up units on approach, well, you can only do it so many times, right? So,
Right.
and then the Ewoks hopefully are okay with losing some along the way. So that's a good point. That's a good point. Did you play against it once, or
I think I've played against it 3 times.
okay? And then
I
have you
didn't
won
get all the way
all three
through one of
times?
them.
Okay.
So we played a game of KP. I don't think we finished it due to time constraints. I won the bombing run game just by being able to kill 2 of the bomb carriers. Then, for the life of me, I cannot remember another one. I've played a lot of this Yoda list, and all the games start to blur together.
Yeah, for the I know, but I'll do that thing of, hey Joe, how many times have you played your Yoda castle list for the audience?
I have pretty much lost count, but I know it's above 100
Yeah.
reps with a variation of this Yoda list. The version
And
I run is not with Padme, though.
and that is not an exaggeration. It really, I can verify that really is about 100 games that he's played. So,
It's been since June that I've been
yes.
playing this.
Yes. Oh yeah, we didn't really introduce ourselves, I guess, for people that don't know us. So I'm
That's
Josh
true.
Fluffy. I'm local to Dash's Mike, in the DC area, and recently I've been doing some Legion. I feel weird talking about my own accomplishments. Joe, what are my accomplishments in Legion, if any?
Your accomplishments. You got out of Oregon, which I think is the real accomplishment. But you recently won. It was the Nova Open that I was actually fortunate enough to be there in person to watch you win.
Yeah, in top 8, you were there too. We're just scratching each other's backs here. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there. Mine was more like happenstance. I feel like I was running with the big boys and like a Make-A-Wish kid. But it was still really fun.
Yeah, well deserved on your end. Yeah, and Joe also, I'll say it so he doesn't have to, won Evergreen Open, which was a big tournament that they're getting going here in the Pacific Northwest, put on by Izzy in Seattle. So belated congrats for that as well. And we are both looking forward to PAX coming up as well, where Joe's flying in for that, and it's just a 2-hour drive for me and Mike and Sam and Orchimedes and several others from our area, Hob, Jason as well. We're all going to be carpooling up, so that'll be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to PAX quite a bit. So
I'm very excited.
yeah, seems like a lot of Yodme is going to be there. I went to a tournament in the Philly area, New Jersey area, just recently, and there was a lot of Yodme there. So I would expect to see a good chunk of Yoda at PAX.
Just wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, and I was listening to That's No Moon just recently too, and it seems like the Europeans have finally started to catch on to the list. You and Mike are preaching the gospel of Yoda, and it's not falling
Oh,
on deaf
no.
ears anymore. People are starting to wake up to it. Because before I was like, oh, we're not really seeing it in Europe. So I was wondering if they were going to catch up to it by Worlds, and it seems like it has reached the shores of Europe. Yodme is here to stay.
I wouldn't have expected them to be playing Yodme. They seem like they kind of fly by the seat of their own pants over there.
Yeah, I asked a well-known Blizzard player, maybe intrepid listeners could figure it out. I was like, "Hey man, like I'm having problems with this new list, Yodme, and I'm playing Blizzard and I just can't figure it out." And he's like, "Oh man, just objective skill issue, get good." I was like, I don't think you've played against this yet. So, and now I'm hearing him talk about it, it's like, oh, okay, yep, everyone's on the same page. And I say that in joking and jest, if the person that I'm talking to is listening and has figured that out. But yeah, it's a thing, and it's gone international. They have Yoda's in his Eras tour or Worlds tour or whatever. Taylor Swift reference, insert pop culture joke. So it's here to stay.
Yeah, and I don't think we're getting any sort of updates to points or any sort of errata until after Worlds, so it looks like it will be there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. With our babbling, let's take a quick check on the game state. It looks pretty boring. Snooze.
Looks like first round of apps.
Yeah, standard issue. He did. Okay, so Hendo has elected to go full in on keeping his capos nearby and has kept some Pykes on babysitting duty with the Vaps. That could hurt later on.
Right.
But it's kind of like a darned if you do, darned if you don't. You know, somebody had to do it. That speed one's going to be really obnoxious too, getting back down.
Yeah. He's only going to have 4 units to start the engagement with Mike's
Ugh.
list, and that is exactly what Mike wants.
Yeah. So I wonder then if Hendo's plan here is to kind of try to wait it out, actually. Like, and I know him, he's a pretty patient player, so I think he's definitely capable of it. If I'm Hendo, I'm probably going to wait to start that range 3. As I say that, he's marching some Pikes up. I'm probably going to wait because you can weather some, echo shots, and he does have options for sure for fire supports and whatnots with guidance, but chances are, like, at most, he's probably only going to lose a mini or two, which definitely, don't get me wrong, does suck. But if Hendo decides to wait and kind of get the rest of his army caught up, that could be helpful. Like, I do wonder if we're kind of looking at a round 5, full court press, perhaps.
It's very possible. Personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that, but I don't know if I'm quite as patient as he would be.
Yeah, he might not
Looking
have the
at
strength to do it.
right.
Know what he must do, but not the strength to
The
do
amount
it.
of defensive tech that Mike can put up in just a single round at the start of the round, I would not feel confident in my abilities to kill 1 unit in 1 round.
Yeah.
But he could be built different.
Oh, I just saw Silent Sword put 5 out of 8 in the World's qualifier in the Netherlands was Yoda. Ugh.
Ooh.
Ugh. All right, so check, Mike, check for Netherlands on Yoda. They are aware, and if
Oh,
you
no.
weren't before, they know that it's happening. Thanks for that, Silent Sword. Yikes.
Yeah, thank you.
Ugh. Yeah. So it seems like if things continue on as they are, it seems like Yoda is going to be definitely the new menace to society. So I think it'll be on some expeditious young legionnaires out there to craft up a little concoction to go against it. And I think it starts with ranged pierced crits. The end product, I don't know, but I feel like it's somewhere in there. And also, of course, the Yoda list is pretty demanding, and it's definitely not something you can just pick up and do. Like, it'll take time.
Looks like Mike is moving up to take a range 3 shot here.
Ooh, spicy. Oh,
Or
where's he
maybe
backing
not.
down? Back down? Come on, Mike, do it. Do it for the people. Was that a guidance or a move?
I'm not. It looks like it might be a guidance because he's now selecting a different unit.
Okay, yeah, probably a guidance. So it looks like that's the mortar team, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
That is the mortar team.
Yeah, so could be interesting. Looks like he wants to go for red. Does he have them in the open here too?
Oh.
He might.
With that crater in front of them,
It depends on how they
I'm
call
not
it,
sure
but
if it's area.
typically they call craters like you have to be in it. But
Okay,
it's
yeah,
up to
it
what
says
the
area
players say
terrain.
before. But if it were me, I would say you got to be in the crater if you want to get the cover from it. But maybe the player said something different. So but so Mike definitely setting up a range 3 fire support option here for sure. So he'll probably. Do we see Yoda 2-pip here, maybe? Or do we see Luminous?
Looks like the arcs are a little too far away to get full use out of that Yoda 2-pip. I think he's going to do Luminous. I
Yeah.
know that's what I would do in this situation.
Well, because then you can just follow up, with the 2-pip. No harm, no foul. So who's
Right,
going to
and
be
then
who's going to be that second shot then on the fire sport? Because I think it's got to be Echo, but I wonder if Echo is out of position now, actually. I mean, maybe with
might
a
not be
guidance,
Echo.
but I feel like he's kind of got to save the guidance to pull these motors back.
He has that full arc team right next to Echo, and I feel like that would probably be the better candidate if they can move up.
Yeah.
The way he cohered that mortar team makes it look like he's going to be moving either those phase ones behind them or the arcs into that position
Okay.
next
I
to the
think
shuttle.
I might see. Yeah, he also might be going after this like brownish. Okay, and we're seeing aggressive negotiations here. He might be going after the brownish
Interesting.
units and then go around the flank with the snipers, because I think checking the other angle from the shuttle definitely kind of got like a two-way pronged sort of attack he can do here. So, but in any event, we've got aggressive negotiations. So let's. Anyway, I'm glad we're seeing some shooting.
Right. I was not expecting him to be setting up that shot. I probably would have hit her behind the shuttle the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, he may be able to get off with it scot-free. So, what pip did Hendo play? Did you notice? So AN
It
is 2.
looks
Oh, he played.
like
Okay, so Hendo
Phantom
does
Menace.
have the initiative, so he does have some options here. So
If you're him, do you take that pike shot right away?
I don't know. This is a non-luminous turn, so really barrier is the only thing up, and it looks like
Barrier, and then maybe a dodge or two, depending on
and he's
who
pulling
received an
back.
order.
Yeah, he's pulling back with the. Maybe it was a little feint, perhaps.
I'm baffled by that move, but I'm sure he has a reason.
Yeah, I'm sure Father Yodme knows, but as for us two stumbling co-hosts, we are not sure why. I mean, I feel like you just play. I feel like you play Luminous because almost pretty much guaranteed no damage is going to come through on any sort of return shot, and then you just guidance him back, unless he's trying to keep Luminous in the tank for later on if he perceives he needs it. Because kind
He
of like
might
what
be
we were
holding
talking
on to
about.
it for that.
Yeah, like I feel like actually if Mike kind of crashes him with Luminous like early on when he's got these two big shooters tied up over there, like I feel like that's definitely to Mike's advantage. But we'll see.
But then again, he has one of his full arc teams completely out of shooting range.
And he does
He's
need to
not in
still
great firing
tap up
positions.
those. He still does need to tap up those VAPs. So he does need to spend some action economy there.
Right. Yeah, I guess thinking about it now, Luminous probably wasn't the best call there.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize he didn't have this VAP under the shuttle tapped.
Yeah, it looks like not yet. I'm not sure. Did he scout? Or maybe it was too far? It was probably too far because it's in the very corner. So he scouts, and then maybe he had a double move to get on it. I didn't quite notice. So I think we're doing random draws. I think he has all of his guys out already.
Yeah.
Is there any
Oh, he's
way that
pulling Echo back.
Interesting. Maybe perceiving that he'll go that way and trying to set up and say to Hendo, all right, come after me. and then you'll have to walk into Luminous. Maybe that's the play.
I'm wondering
here.
if he does have that VAP tapped.
I would assume so. Yeah, I don't see any wound tokens by it, so I think so.
With Scout 2, he should have been able to move up and tap.
Yeah, I think he's got that near one locked up. The far one, maybe not. Yeah, I feel like if Mike can just create a situation where, all right, if you come at me, you're going to be walking into Luminous. That's pretty good. But let's flip to Hendo here, because he played Maul's "You Can't Shoot Me" na card. So I know Hendo likes to play Maul aggressively. I feel like the move might be he's trying to get him here on the shuttle because even if he dies, right, and if turn 6 there's a situation where he has managed a situation where he has tapped a VAP or something, doesn't matter how many guys are dead, he'll still win. So maybe that's something he's kind of like a dual threat, threatening the VAP and threatening swings.
Right. I'm excited to see this Pyke wave crash on the clone defense.
Yeah, I just wish we could be seeing more Pyke crash.
Right.
Oh well. I think the Courage 1 could potentially hurt on the approach too, because like sniper shots, will basically ensure. Well, he does have the Inspire. I am forgetting about that. That's true. So he does
Can
have
pull
lead by
two-
example.
Right, he can pull 2 off every round, if I remember.
Mhm. And he's got his vigilance dodges up now, so. So
Do you
next
think it's
turn,
risky taking a bid like that?
yeah,
You were saying?
it looks like he tapped over here. So next turn, tap and move, which will get them somewhere around this building. Yeah, these guys are probably not going to be a factor until round 4 or 5, if at all.
Right.
So that sucks for sure to have
Mm.
like almost 80, 90 points tied up there.
Right, and he's got 2 of them that will probably be out of the fight for most of the game.
Yeah. Looks like some shooting. Looks like a little RPS. They must have been guidance there? Or were they already there?
They were already there.
Okay, they were already there. So, suppression.
Oh, and they can just barely see him.
Yep.
It's not a bad call, just slowing them down.
Yep.
It looks like he's going to rotate now behind the shuttle.
Mm-hmm. So shoot and move. Yeah, because the second action's not really that important. I feel like I might kite just to perfectly range 4 here, though, personally, rather than going behind the shuttle, because I feel like you don't have a lot to lose there. That's me.
Right, and he does need to keep his distance from Maul, because if Maul can force push something out into the open and affect the cohesion, like that mortar team, if he can pull them out of range of Yoda, they could be easy pickings.
Oh, yeah. And then I feel like with, then certainly with Cunning, that's going to help quite a bit. Being able to kind of control that situation. Something Silent Sword brought up earlier, and that have also come up in conversation. What about heavies? Are you scared of heavies at all as a Yoda player?
I think it depends on the heavy.
Let's get rid of the dumb ones. Like,
no,
sorry, I'm gonna
no
offend
ISPs
any,
in the conversation.
yeah, I'm gonna offend any AAT enjoyers real quick and say I'm sorry, you're just not there. Heavy cover hurts too much. But really, I think so. Probably the
It's
top one's got to be DKT.
ATST
ATST,
and Dark
DKTs,
Troopers.
yeah,
Yeah.
slash with an occupier. I think an occupier could be interesting there too. And then air speeders, but you know, I'm not crazy about air speeders. They're okay. They're not ISP bad, but I just don't know if I favor them in any sort of matchup really.
I think armor is scary against the Yoda list because you don't have as many answers for it, but those answers still exist.
Yeah.
Like Mike's list has it. I know my list has it. I'm pretty sure yours has it, but some combination of Echo and an RPS will do work against armor.
Yep.
Um,
And
you're getting the
Mike,
critical one, you're getting impact and Pierce.
Mike and I both have the RPS and the mortar. So the mortar is something to work with. And then, you know, on the Luminous turn, I played against double air speeders in a local recently. And on the Luminous turn, you know, anything without armor, well, turns out if you give it 4 aims, you'll probably find some crits. You know, like
That's
they'll be
true.
there. So, you know,
That is true.
particularly if you get a range
Also,
2
like,
arc shot.
Yoda's not built to be meleeing a lot of things, but in a pinch, that lightsaber is not bad against armor. I know in my final game at Evergreen, I faced a double Dark Trooper list, and I was essentially forced to send Yoda into melee with them, and by turn 3, he had melted through them.
Yep. Yeah, Yoda is not bad in a pinch, even with, you know, just the range 2 surge crit, like you said, or the lightsaber. Like his Yoda, like his 2-pip, if he's close in on some armor, that's not bad, particularly if you can squeeze off a fire support with it too to give you that surge crit. Like, yeah, they're not like on paper options, but the options definitely do exist.
Right.
So
It's
it
an
looks
answer,
like,
not a solution.
yeah, I think I would agree with that assessment. So it looks like we're seeing a range 3 shot maybe here. Yep. So Hendo is getting a little aggressive.
All right.
Probably not hoping for too much here.
And that does not seem like... Oh, yeah. There we go. Ooh,
6 hits.
that was
Not
pretty
bad
good.
At all. No dodge. Looks like there's 1, 2 dodges up maybe to work with. With an aim. Looks like he spent the cash aim. I mean, you got to get
There's
what
a
we get. It's
crit.
good.
Right.
Ooh, did he? Maybe he should have cohered out a little bit more. I think you can only see 2, as I'm seeing it here. I don't know what you think. I can only see 2
Yeah, 2 at
minis.
most. If it's that mortar team. But he could be expecting not to get more than that.
Yeah. Okay. It only takes
1.
1. So.
A model has died.
So let's wind this back. So 6. It was 6 hits, right? 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that was a surge. So 3, 6,
6
7.
and a crit.
So 7 down to 5. Spent 1 dodge down to 6. So he could
Barrier,
potentially...
probably.
Oh, yeah, barrier down to 4. So he probably could have rolled more dice there if he'd cohered out, but I mean, I don't hate it.
I mean, yeah.
I think
a model
Mike is
dead
just,
is a model dead.
Mike is probably just kicking himself about these arcs back here, because if those arcs were over here per se, or even just closer, like you're gonna open up a can of whoop ass on those pikes, and you're gonna lose more than 1 model in return. So, good play by Hendo.
3, yeah. They're not
play
getting
by
any
Hendo.
cover from those arcs. No,
Yeah.
that was good. That's the kind of damage he's going to need to do.
Yep, identifying a slight oversight, perhaps, and exploiting that while he's out of position, still mopping up these VAPs. That is true, so...
Oh. Silent Sword says, can look under the ship, by the way, in case of POV. So maybe he was able to see more than just...
I guess that doesn't explain why he didn't roll more dice, then. I don't know how the
Well,
players...
no, so it was 7, right? 2 go to cover. 1
5,
dodge. Barrier 2. That
4.
leaves you with 2.
Oh, you're right. Yep. Perhaps. Good point, Silent Sword. I didn't see that. I hate that, but it's true. So, I don't like it, but and Hendo may be able to have gotten away with that without paying for it too. That's important as well. So, if you can get free wounds on clones, that's just always a plus. And the princess here probably going to replenish some dodge coffers, I imagine. Nothing too interesting here. Yep.
Quick thinking dodge.
Yep. So it seems like Hendo is kind of constricting a box around him, but no one better at springing out of a box than Yoda. So.
Right. Only one wound token left. That Vap. It's still going to be tough. Mike has nowhere to go, but like an animal in a corner.
An animal guidance into a corner. Yeah, it would have been awesome, I think, if miraculously Hendo had been able to strip two minis off. That would have been really cool for him.
Right, because that puts Mike in a weird position of, is this unit able to fire anymore, or do they just need to spend the rest of the game hiding?
Yeah. So it looks like Hendo is adopting going the long way around the shuttle, which I don't know if I'm crazy about, but it also might just be a thing of, gotta try it, I guess. And he does have those dodges, so he's not completely alone. Papa Maul is here to look after his fish children. So
I'm wondering if he sends the Pykes around one direction and Maul around the other to force a decision for Mike.
Yeah, I feel like ranging those arcs is going to be good because it looks like those arcs have gone this turn already. So just not letting you get double range 2 shotted from an arcs, I think, is pretty huge. It looks like he does have one closer here, and then the other one is more out into space there. A little range 4 plink, and no lucky crit. Oh well.
I hate to see it.
We'll be picking up some area terrain cover, so that's something. Who is this? This is Yoda. Okay, so barrier's gonna come back here.
Probably won't see any more damage for the rest of the turn.
Probably not.
It's like all but one of Hendo's Pykes have gone. And then we have Maul. Do we want to get some player audio at some point to see what they have to say?
Yeah, we can tune in if we're tired of, if we just are exhausted on anything else to possibly say. I was thinking that too. Like we could turn some player audio on at a spicy position, just to kind of see what they're up to, see what the vibe is. Are they mad? Are they saying no, you can't do that?
They both seem pretty relaxed going into the game.
Yeah,
Seem very friendly.
They're both two of the nicest guys in Legion, I would say. So don't anticipate any hostility there. Looks like Hendo was thinking about moving, but decided against it. Maybe a little range 4 plankety plank. Looking for some spicy crits. I feel like Yoda just uses barrier there on crits. You just can't.
Yeah, why risk the roll?
Yeah. Particularly there's no pierce, so you're really going to hold out for just one extra little hit, So I don't think so.
I know we were wrong last round, but do we want to predict the next cards to come out?
Okay, that's a fun exercise. I wonder if we see Luminous, maybe? What do you think?
So, not sure what Mike has in his hand. Probably the Padme 1 pip, and then he has all of Yoda's cards.
I can promise you it's all of
Um,
Yoda's and it's all of Padme's. So, not spoiler alert. You can look up his list anywhere. I think that's probably. I would bet the family farm. I would bet the family moisture evaporator farm that's what he's got.
My guess is he's either going to play the 1 pip or the 3 pip from Yoda. I guess the way I would play it, he has some models that will be seen next round, and he could
What was
use
that?
that
Hold
double
on. What was that
guidance.
red dice for? Just there.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I think. Oh, hello, 2 crits
Ooh,
with a name, not a third one. I feel like Yoda uses barrier here. Does
yeah.
he? Waiting to see what happens. Probably thinking about it right now is my guess. Thinking. Yep, that's the right call. Bears 1, just roll for 1
Yeah.
and
And
saves.
there you go.
All right. Well, those are. That looks like it was on the RPS. No, Z6. So it will enter the turn next round suppressed. So that ain't nothing.
Something to keep in mind, yeah.
Oh, these arcs haven't gone yet. Do we see them getting spicy?
Ooh.
There's a lot of dodges,
Uh,
and I presume barrier is still up. So
I guess if you can see under the ship, then they
yeah, I guess
also
kind of
have
like
free range.
why not? If I'm him though, I'm really careful. Yep, looks like he's being real careful about, or maybe just going for a sniper, perhaps. I can't tell.
There's
If the
no
range
point.
bands. I can't quite tell what the range bands here.
Sniper couldn't do any damage though,
Oh,
right?
it was minefield. That's what they rolled those red dice for. I forgot. We were playing
Oh,
minefield.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
actually,
see those and I
could be
immediately
interesting
think
for
supply
Hendo
crates.
if he double blows up at an inopportune time. Normally, he wouldn't care much about those hits, but if it's not at a good time, it could hurt to strip those dodges.
Right. It all of a sudden makes a lot more sense, Mike's positioning.
Yeah.
Because there's a mine sitting right behind that shuttle.
If I'm him though, I probably would have tried to burn it early because you got barrier, because barrier does work for that, and you got dodges. Like I probably would have just tried to eat him early, personally. But you also
Right.
you really don't want to be spending stuff on mines when you don't want to be. So looks like
Does
we're
look
gonna
like he's gonna be
see
taking a range 3 shot.
a heavily aimed range 3 shot with the arcs.
Looks like he will have access to 3.
Yeah, one for themselves,
One
one from Padme, and then
one from
someone
Echo.
sharing. Yeah. All right, so this could be interesting. Okay, that's a good start.
Very good.
Yeah, probably will convert that red, no problem. Okay, so that looks like he's not touching though, so it will be heavy down to light. So that'll mean there'll be 5 coming in. Barrier 2, dodge 3, probably. Oh,
Oh
not
yeah,
in
that's right.
barrier
He does
range.
not
Not in
barrier
barrier
range.
range. Oops.
Very likely he takes 3 wounds here then.
Oh,
Got
that
2 dodges
sucks.
on them. Looks like he spent them both.
Yep.
Oh wait, never mind. He only had to roll 2.
Yeah,
My
it
math
was
is
just
bad.
2. That sucks. Hendo's kind of in a positional situation where he can't really afford attrition very much with a large part of his army not contributing. Maybe I would have liked to have moved Maul there up a little bit earlier to provide. I maybe wouldn't have held him till the end. But oh well. Now we're in barrier range. I feel like we see Luminous here. What do you think? Pour it on.
I think it depends on how Mike wants to play this. The two options I see is he plays Luminous and kind of puts the his foot to Hendo's throat and tries to finish off some Pykes. But then he could also play that one pip and then easily guidance 2 units out of line of sight, and just keep hiding. But I don't think he needs to do that anymore.
I think if you just pour it on these poor red folks. Seeing a move out of Maul here. He's entering the.
Might trigger the mine here.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. Does he have vigilance on himself? He does, but I don't know if he vigilanced himself. Ugh, this could be bad. I don't think I like putting him up here. If he double blanks it here, that's going to be really bad for red.
Right.
Yeah,
he still has
just
witch
thread the
magic, but...
needle. Well, I'm more worried about these red Pykes, personally.
Oh, that's right. They're still in
Thread the
range.
needle and don't... I don't know. I don't like it.
I guess he still has the option to barrier them.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's a really good point. He could just barrier them to preserve that. And with Danger Sense, well, only Danger Sense 1, but it looks like he's thinking about threading the needle or just staying home. Oh, okay. So he was holding Maul till the end to threaten, looks like. So that's why he didn't come up to barrier. So that makes a little bit more sense now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Ooh, that mine is going to cause a bad day if it does not go off the first time he steps in range.
Yeah, if it double goes off, that could be. I almost wonder if... Ooh, I do wonder if a potential interesting play could be Yoda 2-pip, cohere one model out of the arcs to trigger that mine, take a shot, and then run back. Like that could spell a lot of trouble for red.
I think it
Because,
could
like,
work, but he's going to have to trigger the mine anyway.
So he'll
Why
have a dodge.
risk a model?
But he'll have a dodge with the 2-pip. So I think...
Right.
So I think the upside of potentially really putting the hurt on this red unit could be worth it. And they'll be in the open.
They're going to have to trigger it anyway. If Hendo's going to have to...
He's probably going to try to... I think we see a Maul 2-pip here to generate some tokens. Personally. Do we see Luminous?
I think that's our best bet.
Yeah. I think the Yoda 2-pip could just be interesting, but then it's played out of sync because you want to... Yeah, like that's a cute play, right? But I feel like the more straightforward option is just... Or yeah, the 3-pip I think is what I meant to say.
There we go.
Yeah. So tokens, tokens, tokens.
I think if I'm Hendo, I try to move that red Pike squad somewhere where they won't get shot a lot, but then also have them trigger that bomb.
Yeah, gotta figure something out for them, I feel like.
Yep, ordering everybody. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. I think I would have really liked the RPS back here. Well, I guess if they can see under, that's not a big deal. Can they see under at all points or only certain angles?
I'm not sure. The way he had to cohere the arcs made me feel like they can't see under it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see that there is a gap under the ship.
I would have really liked the RPS hanging out back here, like at a range 4. You know, just to give you a real spicy fire sport opportunity, and then just yank them back. But you know, being cautious has worked for Mike this long, so.
Right.
Looks like we see these pikes, these red pikes now. Stand and fight, or what's the play? Yeah, looks like we're gonna shoot arcs and not moving, so no bomb.
There's a crit.
Well, he's got some surges he can play with from.
So he could make that
Maul's
5,
card.
right?
I don't know how many surges. I don't remember exactly how. So it looks like he rolled for 2, took 1, or that's right. The log said 2 for 1. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
I think he just rolled for the crit.
Okay, so it was only 1. Okay. Let me read the text on Maul's card again. So he could have spent those surges there. Maybe he's just preserving them or something? I don't know.
Could be waiting for a juicier shot. That would
But
have only
if
made it
you
3
just
after cover.
spend-
Moving the pikes back.
Okay, so they moved back. I wonder why.
Yeah,
we
they're
didn't see
behind
the,
that wall.
I wonder why we didn't see the Maul surges there. So that would have made him roll for. Well, that
There would have been 3 to roll 4, but Mike has dodges, and I think he has barrier
dodges
up.
too. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I forgot this is Luminous. So yeah, and those arcs are not going to be staying there for long. So yeah, I don't hate that actually. That's a good point.
This seems like a real decision point for Hendo.
Yeah.
Does he go all in, trigger this bomb, and start taking some shots? Or does he just stay back there and try to chip
Can he get
away?
range 3 at these arcs maybe? I bet he could without. Oof, maybe not.
I thought the red pikes were right at range 3 when they were within that bomb's radius.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
here
these
we
guys
go.
are souped up with dodges. Well, 2, I guess, but
That's enough. I mean, unless it triggers
here's
twice.
where forcing him to spend those dodges I think would have been helpful. I don't know. I see it both ways, honestly, actually. Okay, so bomb does not go off.
That is not what he wanted to see.
Yeah. I feel like I kind of want to just eat it at some point, right?
Right.
Just
Well,
get
because if
get
he's
it
going to
out.
move all of his units up,
Yeah. It gets more and more risky as time goes on.
he wanted to see.
Looks like, yeah, looks like 3 hits and 1 crit after cover. Maybe he spends this. I feel like he just gotta start spending the surges. Yeah. Looks like that's what happens. Gotta force him to use those dodges. If your intent is you're going after him, you gotta force those dodges to go away. Converting another crit.
Another
that's
crit.
nice. Barrier is down, is it not? I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is down. So that's nice.
Yeah, so that's 2 he's going to have to roll for then.
Yeah.
No matter what.
I think if Hendo's intent here was he should have been spending those surges early. I know I'm going after Hendo hard here, but I feel like you gotta make him do it. Because like those, what else is he gonna do with those surges? He doesn't need them for defense. Well, maybe for Maul himself, but I don't know. And 2 blocks.
The double block.
Bleh, boo. Oh, wow.
In Hendo's defense, I do understand the feeling of like, You only have 3 going in. You know that he's going to block it all, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So you just feel, why bother?
Okay, all right.
I guess I'll just go home.
3 pass cover. No wounds. Okay. Oh, we need to make it like an Eeyore Pike thing. Like, oh.
I'll get
Guess
right
I'll
to
stay
designing
home
it.
today. I won't shoot. There's no reason. Oh. Looks like Yoda's going here. Regen that barrier.
And the dodges, right? Because he had to have spent some. Oh, he only
Yeah.
spent 1.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, he's guidancing up the fire
All
support.
right. Here it comes. Yeah, and he's already gone, so he's there to stay. This is gonna hurt. Ouch time.
Yeah. It says that Pike is at range 4, but it clearly looks like it's in range 3.
Yeah, it's at range 3. Yeah.
That's going to be a dead Pike squad.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think he even has to clear suppression on those arcs. Oh, actually, they might have moved.
He does. He has 2 because he shot him twice. So
Right.
I mean, odds are
They
on
could
that.
see.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe that could be a thing. So I mean, at the very minimum, we're gonna see an super aimed RPS shot, which is not nothing. So, or at least a sniper shot minimum here too. So we're gonna see some dead Pikes.
Yeah.
I would wager.
With that fire support, I think it's very easy that Hendo loses that Pike unit.
Yeah.
But then again, he will be taking at least 4 off the top with barrier and dodges.
So Capitals are probably gonna rush to provide aid to this.
That makes sense.
To these. Steel yourself, boys. It's coming.
Oh, I can't watch.
You're the aggressor
no-
in this situation, Joe. You should be giddy with bloodlust right here. This is your element.
I just know how this goes.
It does not go well for fish friends here.
No.
Yeah, and we do aid to 1, so that's 3. But yeah, he's gonna have heavy down to light or light down to none, depending on how it shakes out. I think this is exactly what Mike wants to see. I think that's what we're seeing right now. Yep, so they do clear 1. Here it is.
Oh no. Yeah, that's all he needed.
Yeah. Does he get greedy and get range 2? Probably not.
He doesn't need to.
He's gonna probably afflict enough pain here without that.
I think he just I would move him in base with that ship to deny cover.
Yeah.
I guess he could also just move them.
I think
like
he's
that
not
as
able
well.
to move in such a way that he can. He might. I was thinking he might have a problem seeing it or something, but I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. Looks like
He's
on
only
there.
got 2 aim tokens that he's working with, though.
I would have actually. I think Mike has no incentive to go early with these arcs. Well, the suppression, I guess.
Yeah, they could be shot more.
Yeah.
I think it's a good call going with them now.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
there could be another dodge from that other capo as well.
Right. So it looks like he's kicking him out, and it looks like it will be a.
Fire supported shot.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. It's going to probably be open, in my guess. At most, we're seeing light cover here, so which I'm not even sure that he would get light cover anyway. So
Most likely not. So one aim from them moving. Probably one aim from Padme and then a 2 on the card.
yeah,
It's a bad
gonna
day for
hurt.
Pykes.
It's gonna hurt unless he just blinks out here, which is, aims are your critical redundancy here. So, ouch time. About to have some
Ooh.
filet o pike here. Hope you
13
bought your
dice
tartar
with no
sauce.
cover.
It's a fish fry. Here we go.
I have seen this roll blank, so it's possible.
So you're saying there's a chance? Not today. Not today.
Ooh.
Yeah, with all those aims, we're gonna see some Pierce. That's okay. We got
Perfect.
surges. We got surges. Don't mind if I do. He's got 3 aims to work with, I think. I think just chase for the glory kill. Chase down that white dice, I think. Yeah. Yes. Greed.
Perfect.
Give in to your hate. Kill the fish.
That's all of his surges, though.
I mean, that's what
Or
dodges
no.
are for. If you just get dodges, you don't have to roll.
You should
It's
have one
totally
more
worth
surge
it.
after that. But
Yeah, it's
Oof.
totally worth it, I think. Not this is gonna be a dead fish. So barriers. So
he's
got
rolling for 8.
three dodges, right? So
3 dodges, barrier. Yeah,
So-
he's rolling for 8.
and good.
Ooh,
Good
there
night.
goes the unit.
Yeah. What would he have needed to have saved there to? Well, so they
Assuming
had,
he pierced,
yeah, 1, 2,
then
3,
oh
4,
god,
5, 6. So, and no danger sense. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So statistically,
he would have had to save 4.
Yeah,
He would
not
have had
great.
to save 50%.
The lack of saves there don't really portray how dire it was for those arcs. They would have needed something heroic. Well,
Well,
that's not
Yoda
great.
arcs doing what Yoda arcs do.
Yep.
They're in their natural habitat.
Yeah.
Can't be too aggressive due to Maul. That's true. I think that's now all that Hendo can do here is get Maul in and start chopping things up.
Yeah, I mean, so like now Mike literally does not have to do anything at all. Like the ball is completely in Hendo's now 3 Pike down because 2 are situationally out of the fight. Now 1 is very out of the fight. So that leaves 2.
And another one that's down 2 models.
Yeah, so he's got two Pikes to hold the line. Actually, if I'm Mike, maybe I just put the throat to the pedal here and put the pedal to the throat. What am I trying to say? Insert euphemism. I think I just try to crush him here. Just wrap it up.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
there's nothing really meaningful that Hendo can do back to him.
plus now barrier's down, unless he's had a chance to activate it. No, Maul didn't activate. He wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking bleak for the fish.
Yeah. Oof. Coming soon to a McDonald's near you and filet fish. Pikes. So let's wind this back. It's not over yet, folks. Too, as they say, it's not over. Anything can happen. But
Anything can happen.
let's wind this back. What are maybe not like what could have Hendo done better, but like what are different things that maybe Hendo could have considered or set up differently?
I mean, how far back do you want to go? Because I guess the
I feel like it
flop
has
was
to go
really
back to
unfortunate
turn.
for him.
Well, in talking to him, he wanted Sabs, so I think like that's what he wanted. I think. I mean, but what else do you really want here, I guess? Like, Mike won't let him have recover, so I mean, KP, I guess.
Hostage is the same situation. I guess maybe with
Is
hostage.
even well, hostage would have been better, I think. Oh, yikes! Seen a lot of crits
Oh
out
man.
of this C6. Oof.
Oh, hate to see it pop off like that.
Yeah.
It does that sometimes. Sometimes it blanks, sometimes it throws 4 crits past cover.
Yeah. When you're throwing that many dice.
He still has the dodges though, so
Mhm.
very likely he only has to roll 2 here.
Yeah, 4 down to 2. Does he? I don't know what his surge situation is.
Oh, he could. He's got a couple surges.
Okay.
He's got 1 on Echo,
Phase
1 on
phase
Padme's
twos.
one.
I don't know if phase twos are in range still, but
Looks like he's spending surges.
yep. Pile it on, boys.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So if he just spent all of his surges there, he's still rolling
Yeah, no
5.
heroes to
Oh,
be found. Is that the full squad? No,
that's
it's all
yeah,
but.
all but 2.
Yikes. Yikes.
Oh.
Rip
Uh,
people for the
beyond
ethical
so
treatment of Pykes. This is inhumane. Stop it. Contact your
fish are friends,
representative.
not food.
Fish are friends. Not food. Not fire sport food.
So if he, assuming he picks sabotage, what might he do different? I think he sends the Inspire Capo to that back point so that he has a little bit more firepower
It
and a
sucks,
few more
but you
bodies.
have to do it. Yeah. I also wonder about just placing his Vaps super aggro. Like
That too.
placing them up towards the wall. Because like this is just awful. Like, you know, having 2 of your units in a low act list being tied up, whereas Mike does not have to do that same thing. Or I wonder if you can try to space it in such a way so that one unit can do both of the tapping.
Looks like we had a Pike shot remove a phase 1 model. 2
Ladies and
crits going in.
gentlemen.
I'm assuming he barriered 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Things looking back up for Hendo here. A clone is down. We're not going to say if it's a model or if it's a mini, but or if it's a unit or a mini, but clones are down.
There's something to be said about how much those models are worth.
Yeah. I do wonder if he could have spaced it in such a way that he could have had one unit do both of the tapping here.
Maybe. What's the math on it?
I don't know.
He has to double move to the first point, so that's
he
one
doesn't
turn
have
that he's
any
moving.
recon intel. A recon intel would have really helped, but and another bike down. Yeah. Let's see. So
I think it would take exactly 6 rounds to tap both with one unit.
So this guy,
with all the movement they'd have to do.
Also
But I'm also
considering
not
maybe he
great at
didn't
math.
put it on a cliff. Okay, so let's take it this way. So okay, so it's turn what now? It's turn. We're only in turn. We're in turn 3, right? Yeah,
Yes.
we're in turn 3. Okay, so 4.
Oh, big shot from the
5.
Pikes here.
So okay, so 4, 5. Yeah. So these guys could have done it. The back guys could have done it. Now it's a little scary if they get suppression on them. So that's not really perfect. Like if a sniper suppresses them, that's bad news bears. But I feel like we saw the other way, like that this works out.
Ooh. Big shot and a bad roll from Mike. I think he just lost a unit.
Uh-oh. Man down.
I guess
Let's
that's what
go.
happens when you spend all your surges on offense.
Greedy Mike. Greedy.
I'm not sure how the points break down, but that actually could have been huge.
What did he take off? What was it? Was it the
It was
RPS squad?
his
The
Z6 squad.
And they're
52.
completely gone? They're gonzo?
That's 74 points.
Okay. And
And
uh
ooh,
Hendo has only lost one full activation.
right. So if he can turn around and get his units out of here,
What's
could
the
be
points?
huge.
What's the points? All right, let's to the calculators. All right.
the calculators.
I don't have their list pulled up, but man, Hendo, I'm so sorry. Just when we were casting doubt on you, you beautiful creature, you rolled 4 crits. that
and
is,
Mike rolls 4 blanks.
yeah. I love this game. All right, so he lost a disruptor with a cash aim, so that's 77 points from Hendo. How much
I
was
think
that?
he's still behind.
Frick.
Let's see. I'm pretty sure, with my experience playing clones, that is 74 points for a Z6 squad. It is 74 points. So
74.
he still needs.
Man, that would have been so. If
Unless did Mike? No, he has no other upgrades on
it's
them.
just a flat Z6.
Brutal. You never know. That was. I mean, Pykes can throw out a lot of damage.
It's true.
He still has Maul.
So, like, let's just consider that happening, but we have more guns on the line here. You know, like that was exactly what I experienced the last time playing Yoda Pike spam. Not my last game with Mike because it was brutal, but when I was playing the local as Yoda and he was playing as Pykes, I felt like so many times I'm like, man, if he could line up one more range 3 shot, I would be in trouble town right now. And I feel like that's kind of what happened here. Like just one more shot, could have really made a big difference.
Right.
And Luminous is down too, so it's like, presuming he had more guns on the line, like next turn, you don't have all those dodges to work through.
Okay, looks like a mine goes off here. Interesting that he went that way. Oh, he could be threatening a VAP.
I mean, that is a play too. That is a play.
With guidance, it's tough.
And he saved. Looks like he saved that there. So Maul is okay. So he moves again. Hendo's showing some signs of life, just as the casters were casting doubt.
Hey, I believed in him the whole time.
All right.
Don't look back at the record.
Don't look at the receipts. Yeah, I mean that.
I want to know if there's something that stands up to this Yoda list, and if I was to put my bets on a list, this would be it.
I think it could. Now, it's just like, just imagine if these two guys were on the line right now. Like, that would be really clutch. I think this is not far off from what Hendo wants. Just needs all of his guys contributing here.
Right.
Because going into next turn, there's no dodges that start, and he's got cunning to guarantee he can do the alpha on somebody.
Right. So expecting a Yoda 2 pit.
Yeah, almost.
Keep up with the cycle. Yep.
Yep.
Ooh. That is interesting.
Maybe I wonder, does Maul make a play for a Yoda assassin move here? Because that is a thing.
Can he get there?
Not this turn, but like maybe like a late game move.
Right, but what is the? Because
I feel
Maul
like
gains
also
Jedi Hunter.
He's got to get that single pike out.
Oh, it's the cunning one pip.
Yeah, he played both of his 2 pips. He played one, so he could have potentially played the other one, but maybe he wants Atlas or something. I don't know.
And he probably wants to save that single pike.
Yeah. Yeah, that's priority number one. Is he's got to get him out of here. Does he have improvised? I believe he does have improvised. Does he? Does he not? Uh-oh.
I don't know if either player
No
has improvised.
And he drew a... that sucks.
Did he draw a
He does
capo?
have enough dodge. Ugh, he has one dodge. I feel like he's got a... Does he have portable scanners in this list? I know he's played around with portable scanners. Looks like no portable scanners. Yeah, so A to dodge onto that guy.
Looks like he gave it to the other squad. Looks like he gave it to the full squad.
Really? Ugh, I don't know if I like that.
Which is now loaded up with 5 dodges.
I guess it's like his line of thinking here is, oh, this is going to be a nasty shot on Pykes, or on Maul probably. But could be an interesting rebound. If Maul saves, Maul needs a huge save here. Maul needs
because it's going to be no cover. Oh.
Yeah.
He's going to get surge to defense.
Yep. Unfortunately, no deflect. So this is going to be a big shot here. If Maul can tank this would be huge for Hendo right here.
Oh, but it's the range too.
Yeah. Believe. All right. Pretty rough attack here. And confirms. I don't like that. All right, so Maul spends his dodge here. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, not bad. That's witch magic.
Wounds.
That's witch magic.
Yeah.
Yep. And I don't think. Oh right. And this is the 2-pip. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they get to move back, and then they will get another shot.
The unfortunate part is he's gonna do that again.
Yeah.
So now I feel like Pykes are trying to chip wounds off of that arc because that does not work.
So here, if you're Hendo, do you activate Maul to get him out of line of sight, or do you activate that Pyke and get him out?
It's tough. I don't like it either way. Looks like he's deciding.
I think Yeah,
I think that's probably just the right call. You've got to threaten that VAP. Like that's probably Maul's best value. Witch magic next turn. I feel like you would have liked to have maybe played a different card there. So it looks like move standby. I don't hate that too, because if Yoda comes up. Oh yeah, it looks like Yoda.
Oh.
Yeah, Yoda might be able to get there.
Might be able to get the force push off as well.
Yeah, in such a way, and Mike will do it in such a way that Yoda can't see him, or that Maul can't see him to spin the standby.
Yoda's gonna have to eat a bomb though.
Yeah, eat it, little green bastard. Yeah, I don't like that. I think maybe wait on Maul because you just can't afford this to happen, or put him back a little bit. Maybe he just didn't see it coming. I might not have seen it coming myself too, so can't fault Hendo for that. Looks like he's just short though.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's just short. He's not gonna be able to do it. I don't see how he gets closer.
He can get some more movement.
Nope.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it. Well played, Hendo. Yet again, don't listen to the casters.
We don't know anything.
We don't know anything. I had that experience about Nova when Mike was casting, actually. Watching my final game back, and they're like, I think he should have done blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. Like, I had a plan, damn it. So, eating that on the other side of it here today.
Does have Yoda on the VAP now, so
Sheer technical precision engineering brilliance to keep Maul perfectly out of range 1. I'm sure it was measured down to the centimeter.
Question is, did he... So he moved twice with Yoda? Because then he is sacrificing that second shot with that arc squad. Which could be
he did
big
move
for...
twice. Yeah, because he was locked into that first move, I assume. He was locked into that.
That's big for Hendo. He's not going to get a third full arc trooper unit shooting.
Yep.
I don't think they're going to be able to get a shot off.
Yep. And he already spent guidance, right? Yeah, because that was the guidance earlier on. Looks like maybe he's
Well, no, he
taking...
double moved Yoda, so he couldn't even use it.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing, too. I guess... Yeah, so he probably presumed he was going to get that force push off. So... Because otherwise he probably could have just had those arcs go again. I feel like I might have just done that.
Right.
But, you know, it looked solid that Yoda was going to be close enough to be able to get that, was going to be able to get that force push off. So, you know, presuming you get that, then you want your whole army shooting Maul, and then it's lights out for Hendo there. But
Right. I'm curious to see how much of Mike's army he pulls over to deal with Maul, and how much he leaves to
yeah,
shoot
and
the
not
Pike.
having that Z6 is huge to work with.
Yeah, he lost 1/8 of his total units and like almost a sixth of his firepower.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Lone Man is going to be able to get away to live to see another day.
Love to see it.
Yep. Swim away, swim away, little fish. Just keep swimming.
Just
It'll all
keep
be
swimming.
okay. Scary arc sharks will not bother you anymore.
Yeah, they can't hurt you anymore.
Taking you to a fish farm down by the river. It'll be all right.
I wonder if Mike just focuses on Maul here. I don't know if
alternatively, if you just smack the ever living crap out of the remaining Pykes, like Maul by himself just can't do anything. Like either one seals it.
True.
But I feel like he's just got to pick the strat and go for it. Or yeah, it looks like he's going to try to set up a situation that maybe forces Maul to go early. And then Yoda just has his way with him. Yeah, I think that's the smart call.
I mean, obviously we're going to see the 1 pip here from Yoda.
Yeah, just got to have that tactical option to do that. Interesting. No double move, though. I think I would have liked a second move from the Phase 2s just to set it up so that, hey, Maul, if you don't go first, I'm just going to shoot you, you know?
Right.
But
I think we could see a guidance force push, or guidance standby force push fire support here at the start of the next round.
yeah, that hurts. That hurts.
See, how many 1 pips does Hendo have left? Because that would be his only counter.
One, or he kind of has like the multiple or something, doesn't he? Because he has 2 straight 1 pips, or but I don't remember how exactly works.
He should have ploy, right? But I guess that doesn't give him cunning.
No, he doesn't have ploy. You take all 6 of Maul's cards in this list.
Does Maul have 2 1-pips? I forget. It's been a long time since I've run Maul. I know his pips are messed up a little bit.
Let me look. I'm just responding to a chat real quick. All right.
I think he only has one. Oh no, he has Duel of the Fates. That's right.
Yeah.
At Last is a 1-pip that counts as a 3-pip. Witch Magic is a 3-pip that counts as a 1-pip.
Yeah,
it's all
also
messed
backwards.
up.
Duel of the Fates is a great anti-luminous card. I've had that played against me while playing Yodme. It hurts a lot.
Oh, Duel of the Fates could be. Oh yeah.
Because I had Yoda
Maul
down to like 2 or 3 wounds, and I'm like, oh, I just played Luminous. You know, he's got dodges. Maul can't kill him. Nope. That's how I lost the game against the Pyke. It was one of my first games with Yoda, so you know, excuses, but yeah.
Yeah, I think we see a Duel of the Fates and then Yoda 1-pip.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. No, I think that's what we see. Then again, Maul's going in without having played Witch Magic and without getting
That's
those
true.
2 wound tokens
He
back.
is on 3 wounds, so like 1 bad fire sport and it's all over. So I feel like he actually kind of has to play Witch Magic. I feel like you can't really play you can't afford to play anything else.
Yeah.
Taking a little plink here. Just forcing those dodges to go away, I guess. He'll roll 1 after with an aim, looks like. Okay. Oh, crit and a hit, I guess.
Wait.
One
Well,
will
if it's
come off
crit,
the
he
cover.
can just dodge,
then,
right?
Yep. All right, so it looks like he's going all in on
Maul.
blocking Maul, which is probably the correct play here.
Yeah. If Maul goes down here, it's almost
GG's.
a done deal.
Yeah. By the way, sorry if I was whipping the screen around earlier. I forgot that people are watching my screen, so apologies for the whiplash, and hope you brought your seatbelts. But should be a little slower down now. So thanks for letting me know about that.
Josh just gets excited.
I'm just excited, man. I love a good game. Looks like that was a rally out of some fish boys here.
Yeah, it looks like the capo.
Mm-hmm. And he's tapped out that arc, right? Yeah, he has. Okay.
I thought he had. Oh, he might just be checking to see if they can.
Looks like that would do it. He might have trouble cohering in such a way, though, that all of them can see him without triggering that mine.
Could Oh, yeah, without triggering the mine, no.
If he wants them all to see and not trigger the mine, I think it's going to be too hard.
It's close.
He's really scared of that mine. He does not. He is not trifling with that mine. No, sir.
He would be putting himself out of barrier range, so I understand the.
I feel like he could cohere one back, though. Is barrier up, though? Let's check. Barrier is up. I think I just eat the mine here, stop playing with it. Or maybe he wants Maul to have to make that decision.
That's
which
true.
Is not nothing. That's definitely something. So it looks like I didn't realize that they hadn't gone yet. So it looks like arcs are going to come take.
They had.
Yeah.
Oh, it could have been a guidance from Yoda that we missed.
Maybe he undid his move because Yoda moved twice, so I'm not sure where it would have come from.
Not a great roll.
Yeah. I don't know why he didn't re-roll the red, but he just, in Bloodlust, got a little excited. He had 2 aims here? Did he spend both of them already? Is he in fact shooting?
They're out of Padme range, so they're not getting one from her, and they're out of
I don't know
range
where.
of that
I don't know
mortar.
what happened. Maybe it was that they took back a Yoda move. I don't know how these arcs got to where they were with 2 aims, but
Oh, if he guidances them, they move, they get an aim. He moves
well,
them again, they get a second aim.
well, yeah, but he must have, without us realizing, he must have just said, okay, I just do the one move with Yoda, and then like he took back his other move, which is totally fair.
Yeah,
Like
that makes
he must
sense.
have just said, okay, I take a, once he realized he couldn't get there, which is fine. I would do the same thing in either situation. So that must have been what it was.
Hendo looks like he's getting his reinforcements closer. They could
Yeah,
he could get a couple shots off with them.
that
At some
would
of these guys
be
in the back
huge.
lines.
Yeah, he really needs to. And now Mike is running away. I feel like just eat that bomb, be done with it.
Yeah.
He can't afford to keep being boxed in. He's got to.
He's got 3 dodges, yeah.
Yeah, and looks like he heard our cries from across the televerse.
Like, yeah, I'll do it.
All right. For the boys, for the.
Looks like it's going to be a shot on some ARC troopers.
Yep, that's good. Shooting arcs, it's good. Barrier is up, and the bomb does go off. Hendo does not
Just
have to
once?
keep. Yep, he does
Yep.
not have to keep playing around it anymore. So that's good. And these arcs have gone. So, yep.
Yep.
So
That's
bye-bye.
exactly what he wanted.
Bye bye mine. Let the children play. No more mines. They'll probably delete that. They'll delete that token eventually. Yep. Shooting arcs here. Okay. Take a little perspective shot here.
It's like 4 possible.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
Yeah. Looks like he's got an aim. Nothing really. Just a crit. Or no,
Crit
is
and
that
a
2
hit.
hits though? Let me zoom in. Oh yeah, no surges though, because no capo. So I think he buried it away because there's no dice being rolled. So there's Pads McGee.
Yep.
Bye mine. Looks like Padme just did her thing and she's done. Can he line
She was
up
quick
a
thinking.
shot? Yeah, quick thinking dodge probably. All right.
He could get a range 4 on Echo. Maybe. Might be a
You know
little
my
far.
victim mentality with Echo.
Yeah. Anything
He
you put
doesn't
out,
die.
anything you shoot him with, just bounces off.
That's No Moon. There, Andy was talking about that too. He's like, I have a mentality about Echo, and I just like reached across, and I was like, yes, me too. Like I've not been abused by unit in Legion so much as I have Echo. Like, and it's been at your hands many times, Joe. But he always rolls whatever he needs to roll at the time he needs to roll it, and nothing less, nothing more. He just doesn't.
That's
die.
true. The number of times I've full saved with Echo is astounding.
Yeah.
But also the number of times I've blanked his attack is equally as impressive.
But it's always in times when it didn't matter, right? Like this is a part of my
Right.
mentality, that a part of my narrative rather, that he just does whatever he needs to do in the crucial moments.
Looks like Hendo's going all in here.
Yep, I think you got to. Picking up some arcs here would be huge. I don't know if it's possible with all the dodges, but gotta try it.
There's a crit. That's 2 going past cover. One's
Okay.
going to get eaten by the dodge.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Oh, and if they are the
suppression
relentless
doesn't-
ones, Yeah,
Have they gone? I
they're
think
the
they've
relentless
gone.
ones. They dodge.
I think they went. Yeah,
They
they
win,
went.
but they have outmaneuver for the turn, so they can block that
Oh,
crit.
oh, yeah. That's a good point. Good point. Oh man, I know I keep going back to it, but I would just be loving this so much more if there was a way to get those other two pikes shooting right now. That would be complete game changer.
He's got one of them very close. That's the yellow squad, right? And then
No magic. I
oh, he
wondered,
does Duel the Fates,
does Hendo just go
and Mike does
crazy?
Luminous.
Does Hendo just go crazy and try to assassin Yoda? And then
I don't
force
think he
push
can now.
someone? Yeah, it's probably too far.
He's got 6 on the dark saber, 1 for tenacity. 2 are gonna come off from dodges.
I think I would have liked to have seen. Well, he also Mike didn't force a situation where that he had to go
Oh, I guess
first. So he should have played
Yoda can
Wish
spend
Magic.
dodges.
I think because Yoda
Yeah.
would have had to double move, so no standby force push. I mean, those arcs, those arcs are there. But if you play Witch Magic, hopefully at least just puts you back to where you were. I don't know exactly what Hendo's plan is here, but we'll see.
I think he might have been expecting the Yoda 1 pip.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's what I was expecting, so that's what I would have guessed.
But Mike cannot
Um,
immediately fire support anything. And also with that Z6 gone, it does severely limit his choices for fire supporting.
right. I guess he could. If he could get a speed 1 in at Maul force push him, he could do a fire support.
Yeah.
Um, then he's burning 2 activations.
Just a reminder for anyone that might have jumped in here on the stream. If there's anything you want to chat to us, feel free to just use the Invader League general chat. That's just kind of what we're using to function. If you have feedback for the stream or questions or something you see or want to talk about, feel free to chime in anytime. You won't be a bother. So just wanted to remind folks of that. But let's do it. Let's do a game state here real quick in case anyone needs catching up. Joe, why don't you recap where we're at right now? What are we looking at?
So Mike has been able to spend most of the game defending this corner that he's in. He started without any bid, and Hendo does have a bid. As Hendo's pushed up, Mike has beaten back his pikes, and he cleaned out one of them in one shot. Another one's brought down to 1 model. He also brought Maul down to half health. And so Hendo's essentially having to pull a trick out of his bag in order to get something here. Otherwise, the game is heavily gone in Mike's favor, except for 1 unit of clones that has died.
Yeah, and if
from a
that
big
unit
shot.
was still alive, Hendo would have like no chance right now. It'd be the equivalent of the onside kick Hendo would need. But at least we're down by two scores with 3 minutes to go. In Hendo's case, there is a chance. He just needs some things to go his way. But good play by Hendo, and that's I think something I really like about him as a player. Good friend of mine played a lot, and he never really panics. He always just kind of sticks to his plan. He's just like, oh, that's a bummer. Okay, well, moving on. He's like very level-headed and just doesn't get tossed. I think some players might have even considered quitting there, but it's no surprise to me that Hendo has used some play and done some really smart tricks to keep himself in this game.
Yeah, it's been remarkable how calm he seems to be playing despite how much he's lost.
Yeah. Not forcing anything, not abandoning caution to the wind, playing smart. Not just saying, oh, well, I just need the dice to bail me out here. He's trying to find a window for himself here. I mean, he could be absolutely losing it in the audio. We don't know. So we're assuming he's calm, but Need
Jasper
more mixed.
zigged. More mixed metaphors. Yes.
Yeah. Need more metaphor. We can do that. I'm sure that could be arranged. All right. Maul coming up here. What's on the Maul menu? We haven't even dived into puns yet, man. This can go
Yeah.
forever.
Do not test us.
Do not. You won't like this. You will not enjoy it, and it will not be over quickly.
This seems like a very bold move if he's going to
Yeah.
run in here.
I feel like his plan of action might be a Yoda assassination, perhaps. No force
Can he
push,
get
though.
in there?
I think he would have liked to have seen a force throw here. And the bomb does go off. Please, no wounds here. Please, no wounds. All right, well, he's only got to roll for one. Easy money, right? Yes.
There we
he's
go.
fine.
Okay.
All right, we in this. Oh, I just heard. I don't like the 3 wounds, though. That just really sucks. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Maul has the thing where he can force push and still strike. I forgot about that.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, he does have a dodge, it looks like. Oh, he got it from his command card. Oh, I just don't like all the fire supports he's going to eat. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly. I would have really liked witch magic here, but oh well. All right, what do you got for us, Hendo? Surprise us. What do you have in store?
I mean, Padme is a pretty easy target, right?
Yeah, but that's not trading up, though.
Yeah.
Yoda is the only trade up here, potentially.
Right, and he would have to land all of his dice in order to do anything.
And it looks like he is pushing him in.
Okay.
And I feel like it's got to be a swing that we see here. So.
Yoda can't attack this round, so I guess that is.
Oh, that's true.
Something to
I guess
consider.
that's something. I just don't like the situation of I hope my force user just rolls all blocks, though. 5? It could happen.
5.
It could happen.
5.
It could
If he
happen.
full blanks.
It's possible.
Because he can't spend dodges here.
Yep. Improbable, yes, but not impossible.
I've had it happen.
It is possible. I would have liked to have seen a full 7 here, but not today.
And
not even not even close. The complete opposite. That hurts.
Well, Maul for the temporary moment is safe in melee. I'm guessing that's going to change
That's
here
not
very
going to last.
soon.
Yeah, I would have played witch magic personally.
He could still do the guidance standby.
Yeah, and it's going to be a fire support too. So it's he's taking minimum 2 arcs at range 2. I think even if he killed Yoda here miraculously, I still would give it to Mike because Maul just doesn't survive this turn. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah. I don't know. If he had killed Yoda there, that's a very different game.
It's different, yeah, but I think
but
I still would have favored Mike because Maul dies in return because Maul only has.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah, that Maul only has 3 wounds, so we've moved back into onside kick territory. We need Maul to roll huge here.
And not only roll huge, but roll, several times.
Yeah, yeah, not once, but at least thrice minimum. So we got Echo, fire support from. I mean, the Z6s would absolutely crush it, but they're not here. They gone. So we have a Z6, or no, we have a motor fire support that's going to be supported by an arc, and we have an arc supporting an
only
RPS
one
shot. So
it's only one standby.
At least 2 big swingers, though.
Oh,
after
yeah. You mean
this.
on his second shot.
Yeah, Maul is very much dead here, I feel like. If not here, then from somewhere else. But, hey, you don't know. It could happen.
And it's luminous.
Yeah, and it's luminous, so he's not going to miss. All right, let's see. Average, decent, I guess. Probably about average here. Trending above average.
With the aims.
Yep. Gonna be seeing a Maul dodge here for sure.
Yeah.
And
Still no
probably no
deflect.
cover. I don't know exactly who's shooting, but yeah.
It's the
Oh, it's
arcs
the
in
arc, so
the
yeah.
far corner.
He will have heavy though because it's coming from this area terrain, and he does have suppression, so it should be heavy down to light.
Thought you had to be on the area terrain to benefit from
It
it.
depends on how the players called it. I personally would call this that his line is crossing through the area terrain, so he should be getting.
Oh. Yeah.
That's a dead
Maul blinks 6.
Yep.
So his Maul blinks his full
To
health
be fair,
pool.
we would have need to have seen him save out. I mean, yes, this is a bad roll, but we would have need to have seen that not happen 3 or 4 times. So
out of 10, he would have had to have blocked 8.
yeah. Yep.
Ugh.
Oof, hurts.
Bad day for criminals.
Yeah, it's a bad day to be a criminal. Deputy Yoda's on patrol. Well, Sheriff, Deputy Padme and Sheriff Yoda are here to patrol. I hear there's been fish, and I don't like fish. That's the good cop, bad cop, buddy cop show that no one is asking for.
I think you can get some takers.
Something in this city stinks, and I don't like it.
Call me a
Little Pike
pescatarian.
just is like hissing in the background. Surge, cashing. It just like walks by, and it's like a Pike like kicking the crap out of like a rebel. I'm like, hey, you stop that! I'm here to restore order. And yes, Yoda is Southern gentry in our non-existent parallel universe.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But he speaks normally, like
yes,
sentence convention.
Kick his ass. You should not. Restore order. I will. Let's stop while we're ahead / behind.
Hey, we could see another Hail Mary here.
Yeah.
Maybe these Pikes with the dark bases get a shot on these arcs, but yeah. So far behind on points. Probably not gonna matter.
I feel like it's moved into coming at you with another metaphor. We need 2 onside kicks. No, we need a onside
Like
kick.
a meteor to hit the table.
Yeah, we need a nuclear missile to hit it, and it's luminous, so he'll block at least half of the nuke.
Yeah.
Poison tokens, of course, but you have to actually do wounds. So.
Right. Should still have the cash aims on these Pikes though, so for what it's worth.
All right, let's dreamland this. What could happen here? He is down 2 activations. Let's see, how many points is this? Let's do some math. What would Hendo have to kill? All right, let's see. How does he have Maul kitted out here? Oh, he's got a lot of stuff. Got the dark saber.
Yeah, Maul could easily be worth more than Yoda. No,
that's impossible.
forget how much Maul's worth.
Impossible. Push. Vigi. No, not Vigi. I don't know if it's Vigi. He's got tenacity. What's his command upgrade? Does he have one? Oh, yeah. He
Got
has
vigilance.
Oops. Yeah. And then he got a. All right, you do the Gar side of it. I'm doing the other side here. All right, so Hendo has lost 295 points.
295.
Yeah, what would
Mike
what
has
would
lost
he
74.
So
If he loses Yoda, that
not gonna happen. We won't even entertain that in our dream world. There's 0. Yoda sits behind this shuttle the entire game.
Arc squad's 97 points, if I remember
let's say he
correctly.
picks up this arc squad somehow, some way.
They're 97
Mm-hmm.
each.
All right.
So
I mean,
even killing both of
if
them.
we're in crazy talk here, if we're in crazy talk, and it seems like we are, these arcs are all the way out in the corner. They are a non-factor right now.
Okay.
And so, if he can wind up some kills here, that could make it interesting. But he's going to need to hit hard and fast, and it's luminous.
Yeah.
So, like, really,
He has to kill these arcs right here.
yeah,
You
he's
would
got
probably have to kill the RPS and the mortar,
Mm-hmm.
and that could probably do it.
Not bad. Well, there are dodges, so
Yeah, that's
looks
not
like
bad.
it's going to be 2 after cover and dodges. Well, I don't know about other. Looks like there's some friend dodges here, so probably just 1.
Yeah.
Yep. So just 1. Blink, 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 blink. Yeah. Manifest.
Take that, Mike.
You're welcome. Eat it. My deputy has taken a wound. All right. 2 suppression there, so they're
doing some
gonna have
mental
to.
math.
They're gonna have to think about it if he doesn't clear the suppression. Oh, and these are the stragglers too, so they're in the fight. Ugh! Imagine if these guys had been shooting the whole game. Oh man.
What did you say was the number of points that
Hendo has lost 295.
295? So
Oh, what
yeah,
round are we in? Someone in the. Yeah, we're in round 1, 2, 3, 4.
this should be 4.
4. Okay, so we still do have 2 rounds left.
If Mike were to lose an RPS, the mortar, and an arc squad,
Mm-hmm.
that would bring him to 322.
Oh, did he clear
and
the
Hendo would be in the lead.
suppression? Let's see. It looks. I don't. I was looking at my calendar, my math. So, this could hurt. No dodges. Are there any dodges on these guys?
Dodges. I think they got shot already.
Oh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
there they go.
All right.
I think we've just
Add that
entered
to
the realm of
calendar.
impossibility.
All right.
3 onside kicks.
372.
Hendo did play standing orders. Oh, this could be turn.
Is it? Are we off?
5
I was looking
then.
at Mike's. I was looking.
He did play standing orders first.
Never mind. Yep.
Thank you for that. Because Mike, yeah, you can't look at his cards and really know because he could be recycling them.
Oh, what was the battle deck? Do you remember?
Battle deck.
We
I'm
were
not sure what the flop.
We were
like the-
swimming through digital currents to get to where we were. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Like how it was set up or what they landed on.
I mean both. Well, what they landed on.
What they landed on
was
is sabotage, major offensive minefield.
Yeah. Looks like a big shot from someone. I didn't notice quite who it was.
Pretty sure hostage was in the 3rd slot.
Yeah.
Um,
In hindsight, I think hostage would have been a little bit better because then Hendo only has 1 guy out for the count in regards to the situation. Because, like, imagine there's another guy on here. Like, it's possible that this arc squad is dead, you know? So, like, that... So, like,
Yeah.
let's wind it back and say there is... Hendo plays witch magic here instead. He wins priority because it was against Luminous, right? Of course, he didn't know it was Luminous, but... so he starts at full health, so he's going to have to eat the shot, right? That's just an unfortunate reality. But he starts at full health. I mean, in terms of how that goes. So if Maul starts here at full health, and then he's got more guys here up on the line to continue to push him on the other way, I think that would definitely be a much better situation and could really be interesting.
Yeah, I think Mike really messed him up when he played Luminous instead of the one pip, which I believe Hendo is anticipating.
Yeah.
That's what I was anticipating.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be that and it's easy for us to sit here and talk about it from our lofty casting heights and say you should do
From our
this or
ivory
that.
tower.
From our ivory tower of Legion Academia and say how they should play the game. But yeah, because you never know, like maybe Mike said something, that like tipped him off. Like who knows what sort of poker was going on there. Another big
Right.
shot coming in.
Pretty good.
Who even is that? That was Hendo?
Yeah.
Throwing a bunch of saves on
Looks
something.
like a Pike shot.
2 blanks.
Two arcs dead.
Two arcs.
That's
See,
good.
if that had happened earlier too.
Yeah, too little, too late. But
Yeah.
and it looks like there was already one dead on that squad, so
And
that
little
arc
man,
is down to two
little man
models.
is coming up. I mean, I respect the hustle, but I also, if there's any chance, it's happening on kill points. So, I mean, but
Yeah.
hey, power to you, buddy.
There's not enough.
You keep doing your thing.
You're talking about this one Pike running up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
he's like the little goldfish swimming against Shark Arc. I can take him. I can take him.
He just needs a miracle.
It's the equivalent of the Pomeranian barking at the wolf. I can take him. I got danger sense. I can take him. I can sense danger. I'm all right.
I'm pulling for Hendo to kill Hendo to kill this ARC Trooper squad as a moral victory.
Moral victory. Moral victory is still a victory.
Killing 2 units from this Yoda Padme list is
It hurts.
a feat.
Yeah, it hurts, and it significantly reduces offensive firepower. So we are in round 5. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're in round.
We'll be heading into our final round soon.
All right, the final round of Invader League Grand Finals. And hey, props to Hendo for taking it all the way down here. Had a hard situation more than one time this game, and has continued to fight and claw back for everything.
Yeah. He certainly kept it interesting the entire time.
And if you're listening on stream, do stay tuned. We will be doing a player debrief, find out what the players have to say about the game. We'll just kind of let them talk. You'll get to hear from Mike about why his list is fine. It's not broken. There's nothing to see here. Move along, please. And then get to hear Hendo's thoughts as well. So they're tabbing something. They're talking about something. Maybe they're thinking about what could have been, what was. It looks like they're probably talking about some things here. I do wonder if maybe perhaps they're calling it and they're just kind of talking about the game.
I'm tapping into their audio now.
Okay, yeah, let us know what you hear.
Seems like they're debriefing.
Okay. Let's I'm gonna ask them to unmute us. All right, so let's I'm gonna unmute them so everybody else can hear.
Okay.
Unmute it. Okay, there you go.
Okay, can
They
you
did
hear
call
us?
it.
Yeah, I can
Okay,
hear you guys
did
now.
y'all
I
call it?
unmuted you. Yeah.
We did. Yeah.
Okay, so for the benefit of everyone watching, take us to the game. How did it go?
Obviously not great for me. Starting with the flop, I was hopeful that the flop. So I chose red because our decks were super close. I think the only difference is Sab Vaps versus Recover. And I super don't want to play Hostage against Yoda and Padme. So I figured I'd just take the board edge that I wanted and then hope to be able to force Intercept or KP. But the way the flop came down was we were going to play Hostage or Intercept, or Hostage or Sab. And
Yeah.
I think Sab was probably better for me still. But
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think the Sab was really good on this board, just with the terrain.
yeah.
I don't think Hostage would have been much different, in fairness.
No, I don't. It would have been me chasing you. I think my mistake in setup was there's no reason to put this VAP up here. So if I would have just tossed this VAP like
I think,
over here, I could have probably put a VAP like somewhere where this one unit could have more or less tapped them both, and I would have had another gun in the fight earlier.
yeah, I definitely think you could have put him like
Yeah.
across this lane a little bit. Just like I think the fact that the objectives were basically took the two guys out of the fight. Like not only were they defending on Vaps, but I was like defending on Vaps versus your army -2 units.
Yep.
For the first few turns, I think was rough, and I think,
Yeah.
but a more aggressive Vaps placement fixes that pretty quickly.
Yeah, like even if I put this one right here, I could have been hitting it with a capo. Well, there's
Yeah, and it's not like I was. I mean, like if I'm threatening this position, that means you probably already lost the game, right? Like, because like I've abandoned the core strategy that's just trying to do. So
yeah, no, I agree. I think major offensive, I think, was fine for me with the deployments. And minefield felt good. I couldn't sell off the mine forever, but but overall, like with Pykes, I like minefield a lot because it's pretty easy to dodge. I don't think Dashz minds it either because he has, for the same reasons. But
it was kind of fun to set up a little moat around my my deployment zone here for this game.
Yeah.
And but then, no, that was a good game.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, my Maul play was like a total Hail Mary of like if I can one shot Yoda out of a miracle. But I wasn't gonna be able to put Maul in like a meaningful position. And really I wasn't with Yoda where he was, like I don't think I was gonna be able to put Maul in a position where he didn't get shot twice by arcs because he could have guidance them to move. So
Hendo, we were wondering why not Witch Magic when you were tucked up behind the shuttle.
That was
worried about
so
a
that
one.
Yeah. It's funny. We just talked about that right before we unmuted.
Yeah, we had that same conversation. So Maul didn't have a dodge to carry over, and Witch Magic doesn't give a dodge, and then Maul's also not in a safe position. And there was the chance, while I expected him to probably play Luminous, if he played Yoda's 1-pip, he could have pretty feasibly, I think, pushed Maul. Like, he could have force pushed Maul to here where Yoda's not going to get shot at all, and then swung at Maul with Yoda, and probably killed him, or had a pretty good chance to kill him without a dodge that turn.
I think if I
or even if he guidances, stand by onto arcs.
Onto an arc and take, just because like the arc shot is generally better than, because I don't think I get to swing twice probably with Yoda.
Yep, but it came down to Maul didn't have a dodge, and there was, this shuttle is huge, but just the way that the arcs were positioned, there was nowhere safe for Maul on the backside of it. Because no matter where I moved him, so even if Witch Magic, even if he had played Luminous and we had tied, I had to go first with Maul. He would have been in a slightly better spot, but yeah.
We felt like maybe you don't have to go first with Maul with the arcs being there. Like you're gonna have to eat that arc shot. Like you're eating those shots regardless. So if you go after, you eat the one shot, then you have a little bit more of an idea of where things go if you play witch magic. That was our thinking.
Yeah, I think that the only reason why I didn't play it more than anything was if I would have had a dodge that could have vigilance on the Maul, I would have played witch magic. But without a dodge, like that arc shot, if he played Luminous, yeah, or if he played Yoda's one pip even, and like guidance and then force push Maul into a dodge or into a standby. Without a dodge, like Maul's now gonna have to roll pretty good. Which, if he's healed up I could have taken all 3 wounds off him, so he would have had 6 health. So, yeah.
One other question. Why not put a capo up on top of the cliff? Was there a particular reason did you just feel like you needed all of your capos with you, basically?
I need him in range 2.
Yeah.
For both Inspire and Vigilance.
We were wondering about maybe putting the capo up on the cliff to do the tapping. And also the math could have potentially worked. It would have been hard, but the math could have worked for you to do both of your taps with one guy, potentially.
Yeah, no, I think I knew that I couldn't reach with one guy. But that was what I was saying early is I just placed my VAPs. Like I should have placed them, like Mike said, just more aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, this one should have just been down right there, and this one probably should have been, like, further up.
Yeah, my deployment technically.
Your deployment's, like, to somewhere in there.
Yeah, but you definitely could have put it, like there.
Yeah. That would have been, the play. I think I think the play would have been just to be more aggressive like that. Then I could have tapped this one with a capo and potentially gone and tapped this one with the same capo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you even could have like tapped one with the ball on turn 1 while he's like not doing anything else.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. And then like it's best case for me if he puts guys here, but like he was clearly not going to based off where his VAPs were and how the army works.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely was like, oh, I have a castle right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, and then I mean, I kind of know going into this matchup, like both lists have a ton of defensive tech, and for me, I know a ton of the firepower comes from full arcs because I've played a similar list. So my hope early was I was like, I just need arcs to roll a little bit of blanks, and especially with this front one because this other full arc was all the way back on this corner at this VAP. So I was like, oh, if I can like drop the 2 or 3 guys from this front arc, this back one's going to take a little bit to get moved back up. So I'd have a little bit of an advantage, but unfortunately I did not kill any of the arcs and then they slammed me along with the Z6 just brutalizing me. But like it wasn't. There was 2 like big shots, but at the same time it wasn't like ridiculously
we
dicey,
really admired how you classically it wasn't surprised to me watching, but you didn't really panic after that big eating that big shot, and you really made a game out of it. You kept yourself in the game with some good Maul placement and stuff like that, and you didn't like panic and stuff like that. So wanted to give you props for that, for keeping your head in the game and not panicking.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I think when you're playing against the Yoda list, I think people naturally just like default to it's a super defensive list, but I don't think it is. Like Luminous Beans, you're probably gonna pick up like a full unit on a fire support shot.
Yeah, it just happens.
You just have to know that's happening. And at least I made him earn it to where he had to like guidance a unit to set up the fire support.
Your position before the fight happened was really good in that like it was gonna punish me for stepping into the range 3 band pretty much at any point. So.
Yeah, no, it was a fun game. It was a good run. I think we also talked before the game, so something you missed was we were talking about my list, and I've been toying with it, and I think the capos dropping a pike to a third capo and then switching to capos over the foot soldiers is ideal. I didn't get punished too hard for Courage 1 this game, but I was like playing around it a little bit, and I also got 2 lucky suppression rolls. But those surges, I think, would have generally converted to pay. The independent surge over time would have converted to pay more than the aims.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. The independent, the cash aim is like worth like 1 surge token, basically. Most of the time, because you're rolling 8 dice every attack, right? So you're bound to roll a surge.
Yeah, and I think worst case is if you put in a third capo with like improv orders on him, and then that dude's your back objective holder grabber. That's like absolutely worst case, but he's a Courage 2 guy. Then just giving you improv. Or like best case, you have a third guy generating a couple dodges a turn that you can give to anyone.
Yeah, looking at this list, I was like, it probably can go without improv. After like, there was that one turn where you really needed it.
Yeah, that one turn where I was just like, it's a capo. Then I was like, oh no, it's another capo. I think you could go without improv. I think portable scanner is something that people don't take on capos, which like I think it just comes down to points, but I do think that's pretty solid because then you can dodge portable scanner and throw out 2 dodges with a capo turn. So we'll see.
Quick, I think I'm gonna shut the stream down. If there's any final words, of course you guys can keep talking if you like. I think I'm just gonna close the curtains on the stream. Joe, any final remarks?
I think you covered it all. That was really fun to watch. The Yoda list did what we all know it to do, and it was very cool to see like a possible counter to it. And I think Hendo, you did a good job showing some of the weaknesses that the Yoda list might have, even though it didn't necessarily play out.
There's a couple of moments where like, oh, maybe.
Yeah.
The shields are down. The shields are down.
Yeah, there's the occasional moment where he's like, I have no dodges, and I was like, there's hope. Yeah, I think the other thing on the Yoda list is, other than the like Yoda's 2-pip, there's not points for situational awareness. So crit heavy list, I think, can also have some hope into him, but like you need to still be pretty offensive. And I think where that like struggles is that's typically a rebel list, and now like you're just going to lose a couple full units and be way behind. But
we were talking about because Josh and I often talk about what could be counters for this list, and we had considered Bosk instead of Maul. It's not like a complete fix, but it gives you that crit and it gives you bounty, which bounty is another huge weakness for the Yoda list I've found in my games.
I definitely think it's hard to attack this list with a lightsaber. And like a range 4 character that can actually like really contribute to the fight from like turn 1 onwards, I think would actually be a pretty big deal for sure. Obviously, like you lose, like if Yoda gets aggressive, you might end up in a situation where that could be a problem. But
yeah, I agree. I think that I'm going to poke around with the Bosk version. Maul is significantly better at objectives, and Barrier can be super nice for keeping your Pykes healed up early on, but not always necessary. Maul kind of just like twiddles his thumbs a fair amount. So yeah, I think Bosk with Bounty could tilt the scales enough, but I think you have to have the capos and the Pike units that you're better at more objectives.
Yeah, well, great game. It was well played and good job, Mike, for crushing him, and good job Hendo for not being crushed and keeping your head up when it was looking down, and no surprise on that, and really good game, guys. And congrats, Mike, on winning, and congrats, Hendo, on an incredible run.
Yep. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks
See you guys later.
See ya.